Okay, American Teenager by Ethel Cain. Standard tuning. Let's jump right into it. So I'll have a tab available at my Patreon, the link in the description. It starts with this riff, which is very loud and clear in the beginning, and then sort of comes back as a ghost a few times later in the song in the background. It's so hard to hear it exactly later. I couldn't totally tell if it's just the exact same thing or if it's just a similar part that's coming in the background, but you can make up your own version. Okay, so you're just going to be playing the top two strings, the B and the E, and it's basically going B, E, B, E, B, E, just like that the whole time. And but you're fretting notes on the B string, just on the B string, and always alternating with the E string. It's not always just exactly B, E, B, E though, because it depends what you're doing on the B string. So I'll show you what that means in the beginning. So at the very beginning, you start with the 12th fret on the B string. You could play this a couple different ways. Like you could play the whole thing with one finger, or you could do different fingers. I'll try to do, and I think I even mixed it up a little bit, so I'll try to remember sort of what I did fingering wise, but there's a lot of things that could work. So you start with the 12th fret on the B string. I'll use my first finger right now, right? And then I'm gonna go B, E, B, E, B, E, right? So you see your third finger, or your second or fourth finger. And now this is the first time you're going to change the pattern. After doing that, 1, 2, 3, there you go. I think that's right? Wait. Yeah, so it's like the B string part is going 12, 12, 12, 12, 9, 9, 9, 9, 7. And the trick is to just play the E string alternating those notes, you know? So it's like, I think that's what it is. You could also just do it, you know, however you want. You could just go. That might be what it is. In other words, like there I was just kind of strumming both strings each time. But I do think it's this. So yeah, so if you see what I'm doing, B, E, B, E, B, E, B, B, E, B, E, wait, B, B, E, B, E, B, E, B, E, B, B, E, B. So it's like the trick is to get that melody and then just fill in the gaps with ease. I'll do that one more time, super slow. Anyway, like I said, you can fake your own version or whatever. Then slide back up. So after 12, 12, 12, 12, 9, 9, 9, 9, 7, slide back up to 12. This time I'm gonna go 12, 12, 12, 14. Again, you can do it with one finger, or like I just did, where you go your first finger, and then your third finger gets the 14th fret, and then slide all the way down to the 4th fret on the B. Then up to 9 again. Up to 10. 9, 9, 9, 10, 7, 7, 7, 7, 5, 9, 9, 9, 10, 7, 7, 7, 7, 5, 2. 9, 9, 9, 10, 7, 7, 7, 7, 5, 2. something like that. Again, it doesn't have to be exact, right? I think that's the rhythm. 7, 7, 7, 7, 5, 2. And again, you just try to get that melody. And then just play the open E string in between that melody. And then 2, 2, 2, 2, open, open, 5, 5, 7, 9, 12, and then you're back to the top. So that last part is, so after 9, 9, 10, 7, 7, 7, 7, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, open, then open, 5, 5, 7, open, 5, 5, 7, 9, 12, open, 5, 5, 7, 9, 12, and that 12 is the beginning of the pattern again. Hopefully that makes enough sense to get you started. As I said, there'll be a tab that you can get if that helps. The verse, you know, it's not clear that there is a guitar playing. There's some pads that might include guitars and synthesizers and stuff, but mostly what you hear is like bass and drums. So I played the bass line for the verse, which is the same as the bass line for the chorus. So this is a good bass line. Okay, so it starts with E on the 7th fret of the A. Use that E. And I'm just playing 8th notes. And then you go down to G sharp, 4th fret on the low E. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So it's a little syncopated. This happens on the and of 3, and this happens on the and of 4. The G sharp and then the A happens on the end of 4. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now you're on A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So then this B, the 7th fret on the low E string, is going to happen on the and of 4 of the next measure. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Now same rhythm here, but now you're going to go from B on the 7th fret of the low E string to C sharp on the 9th fret of the low E string, and then back down to A. Same rhythm. This is going to happen on the and of 3. This is going to happen on the and of 4. So it's like 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and that's the verse progression. Progression, which, as I said, is also the chorus progression. Okay, so the pre-chorus then, I hear some guitars in there maybe. The basic progression, let me show it to you in power chords first. It's just A, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, B, C sharp, E, 4, 2, and now a B, and then a quick G sharp and then A. There's a sound that I was sort of imitating that's sort of coming from everything that's going on, which is So if you play these chords, I don't know if you've ever played these kind of chords, like if you play A as a bar chord like this, but have the first finger just play the low E string so that you leave the B and E open, then you get that nice chord. So you play the B the same way. C sharp, it's really a minor, so that creates a little bit of a problem. I used my thumb. You could also just play it like this. So it's like my first finger is on the 9th fret of the G, my third finger is on the 11th fret of the A, and my pinky's on the 11th fret of the D. And then I strum everything except the low E string. If you want to get the low E string, the 9th fret on the low E string, I use my thumb for that, so you go. In the middle, and then you have this B, back to the B, and then C sharp, I just did like a quick C sharp power chord, and then I went back to that A. Same thing, that A, it's like an A bar chord. First finger on the 5th fret of the low E, second finger on the 6th fret of the G, third finger on the 7th fret of the A, pinky on the 7th fret of the D, and then just strum everything including these two opens. That's the pre-chorus. Hopefully that makes sense. And then the chorus, which as I said is the same, it's the same chord progression as the verse, but now there's a guitar on there that's playing like power chords. So that's what I did. So I did like C sharp A. That's that chorus progression. So these are all these kind of power chords, like for the E. Okay, so the chorus, like I mentioned, is the same progression as the verse, but on here you can really hear a guitar that's playing like power chords. So that's what I did. So I started with this E power chord. I did this E power chord off the A string. So first finger on the 7th fret of the A, third finger on the 9th fret of the D, pinky on the 9th fret of the G. It's the same little syncopated thing where it's like, so the next chord is a G sharp, first finger on the 4th fret of the low E, third finger on the 6th fret of the A, pinky on the 6th fret of the D. That one's quick, it's just it's for one beat, and it's a syncopated beat, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and into this A power chord. Now your first finger's on it's just the same shape. First finger on the 5th fret of the low E, third finger on the 7th fret of the A, pinky on the 7th fret of the D. Then up to another B, same chord shape, and move up 2 frets. And then you do this all the way up to C sharp, which is now the 9th fret, first finger on the 9th fret, third and fourth finger on the 11th fret, and then back down to this A. That's the chorus. G sharp A. And again, you can kind of hear this, you can kind of like hear this part in the background sometimes, you know, but it might be like a different related part, you know what I mean? It might be just riffing around with that. So if you're playing around with it at home, you can play with that. I think I played the form right. It just sort of goes, it's like that riff, then it's like verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. The second verse is kind of like, seems like it's weird, but the form of it is actually exactly the same as the first chorus. It's just there's some weird stuff production-wise that makes it feel different. And then I think the last chorus is like a double chorus and a half, maybe. That's what I played, I think. I might have gotten that wrong, but I think that's right. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or requests, and have a nice day.